So it's a Tuesday and it's a nice easy cardio day, conditioning day. So what I've got in store is zone 2. So zone 2 on my Garmin watch is between 112 and 124 beats per minute heart rate. Okay, maybe you'll hear the watch complaining, it makes a diddle-diddle-diddle-dee if I go outside of that heart rate zone. Okay, only 30 minutes, so I've decided that in line with my goals, which is to put some weight on the bar for the basic compound movements. It's very vanilla flavoured training for the next period. Going to put some weight on the bar on the basic compounds, especially the squat. The squat above all will be the measurement of success as regards what I'm doing for the next period. So I'm only going to do 30 minutes of easy cardio on the off days. So for this precise moment in time, I've got a schedule of 4 weight training sessions and 3 conditioning sessions. I believe that over time that is going to change, because as I add weight to the bar, it's going to become ever more difficult to recover or to keep adding weight. Therefore, at some point in time it's going to drop down to 3 sessions, and I even think that towards the end of this process, so it is definitely going to come to an end. You can't simply keep putting weight on the bar. But towards the end of this process, I'm envisaging training twice a week on weights. Possibly I will still only do 3 conditioning sessions a week and just take complete rest days. So hopefully you get the gist of it. It's simply a case of, as the weight goes on the bar, lowering the frequency of the lifting sessions and keeping the cardio at something of a bare minimum, about 3 times 30 minutes a week, which I think is about minimum. Yeah, so everything is geared up to weight on the bar. So here goes, 30 minutes, zone 2. I'm going to do various modalities. Kick off with the boxing pads. Okay, I like to kick off with this because you can get the heart rate up fairly quickly on this. So I often find that at the beginning, that when you first start off, the heart rate is quite sluggish. So get it up there quite quickly. Once it's up there, it stays up. So probably going to do opening shots on this boxing pad, then do the rowing machine, and then I'll do the bike. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't have to be carved in stone. There's no real performance goal involved apart from keeping zone 2 for 30 minutes. That's it. Okay, so that's saying 30 minutes. And here we go. Got to just 105. Just getting up there. 114, so we're in zone 2. Didn't take long to get to zone 2. So this is quite a demanding activity. So now we're in 1, 2, 3. That's the top end of zone 2. So I can ease up a little bit. So holding there nicely. Little flurry gets it up. 120. Yeah, don't know if you heard it, but it's saying I'm going too high. Okay, 120 again, that's nice. Too high. Okay, back down. Okay, 120. Going quite soft with the right. Don't want to irritate the elbow too much. Still a little bit sore. Okay. The noise of this is irritating me. Get that out of the way. You can hear it vibrating. Okay. A bit too high. down a little bit. Here we are. 120. Yeah, and I think if you are just going for conditioning, for fitness, you're not trying to be a boxer or a runner or a rower or whatever, just doing it as a conditioning piece. Best idea is to get a heart rate monitor, measure it by heart rate. So what counts is not any particular performance or speed or whatever, it's your body's response. Just work as hard as you need to just to keep in zone 2. Can't go wrong really. Okay, that's 10 minutes, call that 1/3. So, still a bit of rowing. Hopefully you'll see this when I set it up. Okay, row your boat. Okay, another 10 minutes or so. See if we get the heart rate back up. Yeah, so we're in zone 2, straight away and turn up. Once it's up, once you got up for the day, keeping it up is easy. Well, that was it. Put this somewhere I can see it. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, a bit too much. Okay, 120. One 21. Just hold it. Doing the 120s feels quite easy. One 15, let's get it up a little bit. A little bit. One 20 again. Ideal. Yeah, I think even if you're concentrating on cardio, zone 2 is the place to be. And if you add on to that one session a week of hard interval training, that's all you really need. Personally, because I'm trying to max out the barbell stuff, I'm not doing any hard interval training. One possible method is do this zone 2 stuff, and right at the end of the session, just for a couple of minutes at the end, just shoot the heart rate up. Right at the end. I call it touching speed. So you touch the hard effort right at the end. Just keeps it in the mix. With very little recovery cost. Like, just build up to a high heart rate and just stop. Might take a couple of minutes to get up there, but soon, what I usually do is build up to a 160 heart rate. As soon as I see 160, I stop. That's a way of just maintaining high-end cardio. In no way is it a necessity. I mean, just doing squats and deadlifts, you're going to touch that high-end intense cardio. So I think this relatively gentle zone 2, 30 minutes minimum I'd say. 30 minutes, 3 times a week. That's sort of like my bottom line cardio. That's the basic cardio foundation. Do another couple of minutes on this, move on to the bike. I find that if you change the modalities, this is psychologically easier. I mean, if you sit down on this rower and think, oh, I've got an hour of this to do, that is not such an easy thought to accommodate. So if you sit on it and think, oh, I'm going to do 10 minutes, it's over very, very quickly. Nothing to it. $120. So yeah, holding 120 on this is easy. So these continuous movements are ideal for zone 2. You can hold a very, very limited heart rate range quite easily. As you can see, as I'm doing this, I'm still conversational. No great strain, no great impact on recovery. In fact, it probably aids recovery, get the blood flowing. I mean, this rowing is not far off full body. I think between rowing and punching, it is full body. So you're getting blood pumped throughout the body, helping the recovery. You're not focusing too much on any single body part, tiring it out. Okay. Let's get to the top end of zone 2 and change. $121, $123, $124. That's it. So get to the top end, and as I mess around for a minute, setting up the bike, I'll still be within zone 2. So even though the heart rate is coming down slowly, it's coming down from the top of zone 2 to the bottom of zone 2. Remaining within zone 2. Okay. And still there. So, finish up on the bike. And that's a nice, casual, really easy cardio session, conditioning session. Right, what's the clock? Okay, I'll move this. Okay. So I've just dropped out to zone 2. Obviously messing about the camera didn't help. I'll very quickly get back in. So yeah, I mean, you don't have the absolutely perfection. You can afford to drop out for a few seconds. This is so long as you're not outside of the zone for a long time. So 115, I'm back in. Yeah. So I think, in my mind, this is the reason why you need to do dedicated cardio, so you can get the zone benefits. And the benefits of zone 2 training are mitochondrial health, which I think is probably the main reason to do it. But it's also predominantly fat burning. And I'm actually doing this fasted. Probably makes a slight difference. I would say overall fasted cardio doesn't really make any difference as regards calorie burn. I mean, 30 minutes of zone 2, it's not going to be a tremendous calorie burn whatever you do. But I think if you go into it fasted, the idea is that you go straight into fat burning, and the zone 2 protocol is a fat burning protocol. So if you go harder, if you do harder cardio, you tend to be burning more glycogen rather than fat. So in my mind, it's another benefit of the zone 2 easy cardio. The effort is fueled by fat. As I say, doesn't really cause any recovery issues. In fact, at these levels, 30 minutes 3 times a week, it's probably enhancing recovery. Okay, I can see 122 on the watch. So this is the top end of zone 2. I'm still conversational. No great effort. I find the bike is slightly easier than the rowing machine. So let's put it this way. You can row and it feels quite slow, yet it still maintains a relatively high heart rate. Whereas you can bike and it feels that you're actually making quite a good effort, but the heart rate doesn't go too high. Probably because you're just moving your legs and you're seated. Whereas probably what I find the activity that most jacks up your heart rate, yet you still feel that you're putting in a minimum performance, is running or jogging. So you can jog very, very, very slowly. You know, it's a glorified walk really. Yet the heart rate will be up there in zone 2. Probably because you're bearing all your weight, so there's no sitting. Punching, yeah, you can get to quite a high heart rate punching. But it feels like a lot of effort. So you can, it does feel like you're working hard to maintain that heart rate. And also it's quite difficult to control it. So it does tend to oscillate quite a lot when you're doing punch work. But yeah, I mean it's not bad at all. It's a good one. Might not be as good as these steady state affairs. These steady state modalities, like for example the rowing machine and the bike. I mean, when you're fixed in place, like I am now on a trainer, and the terrain is not making any impact whatsoever, so I'm not going up and down roads or whatever, you can maintain a very, very even heart rate. I'm showing now 118. Let's get to 120. Okay, that's 120. Oops, overshot it, 125.
let it go down again. Yeah, you can hear it hopefully. So yeah, you can, I mean I'm back to 124 now. You can maintain a very even heart rate on these cardio machines, the rower and the indoor bike. Whereas biking outdoors, yeah, you're very much dependent on the uphill downhill of the road. If you've got any hill to negotiate, it's very difficult to stay within zone 2. Similar with running. Running on the flat, downhill, yeah, you can keep zone 2 quite nicely. If you've got a serious hill, very difficult. But what you can do is walk up the hills and you'll still maintain an even heart rate. So if you combine running on the downhill and the flat and walking up the hills, that's a pretty decent way to stay zone 2. But you're forever looking at your watch. Just because you can do it, it doesn't mean it's as easy to do it. So outdoor activities, trying to maintain a tight zone is more difficult than these indoor activities where the apparatus is fixed. Okay, 120 on the watch, you can see. I've got half a minute on the timer, but I did waste a couple of minutes setting up the rower and the camera, etc. So I'll let it run for another 2 minutes. So by the clock it's going to say 32 minutes, but as regards what I've actually done, it'll be 30 minutes. So that's 30 minutes gone. I'll put another 2 minutes on. In the grand scheme of things it's irrelevant, but just to satisfy. Just to satisfy my own desire for perfection, which you can never actually satisfy it, but just going to add 2 extra minutes on the end. So 2 minutes of extra time because of time wasting. Yeah, so that's half an hour of easy conditioning. Nothing to it. Well worth doing. Could give you years on your life. Prevent cardio issues. If nothing else, psychological lift. You know, personally I find that doing nothing physical all day is just, hard to tolerate. Sounds odd, but just sitting around being lazy, it's got its own difficulty to it. And if I didn't do this, I'd be tempted to do more weight training. I think that would be counterproductive. And this, for the goal that I'm pursuing anyway. I mean, yeah, more weight training. You can train as frequently as you like, I suppose, but the trade-off is you're unlikely to be putting much weight on the bar. Okay, that's it. I'm going to stop at that. Great, nothing to it really, easy peasy. A nice, invigorating, pleasant cardio session. Okay. Bye.